What is up, guys? North Digital Assets coming at you with another video. This video is going to be on crypto.com CRO coin. So we're going to take a look at the chart on CRO coin. Follow me on Twitter, North Digital Assets, especially if you're a fan of ADA XRP, HBAR VeChain, or CKB. We also cover other coins like Avalanche, Polkadot, and Ethereum, various other coins. So let's dive into the CRO chart real quick here. So CRO on the daily, still looking pretty dang healthy, to be honest. Floating above the 55 EMA here by a little bit, just below the 20 EMA right now. Had to come back down, got a little bit overheated. If you zoom out and you go to the weekly, this thing is still crazy healthy on the weekly. You got overextended, and then on this week here, which was last week, you have this red candle here, and you had, let's zoom in here so we can see a little better. You had this, during that flash crash, you had a wick almost all the way down to the 20 EMA down to here for support, shot back up, has support. Still, on the weekly here, the 20 EMA looks pretty vertical here, and so does the 55. That's looking like some sort of continuation on, and you're floating well above the 20 EMA still. So a little bit overextended on the weekly, but the daily is still looking really nice here. Just finding some support. An entry point, if you see it, don't know if you will. Not financial advice, but an entry point anytime. A good entry point, especially in a bull market, would be the 55 EMA, which is sitting at 50 cents right now. If we see it, don't know if we'll dip down there for support or not, or if we'll climb above the 20 EMA. A lot of this is going to depend on Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is trying to create a W double bottom on the 4-hourly time frame and come out of a descending triangle and trying to put in its final bottom. So a lot's going to depend on that. We can actually go and just look at that really quick here. If we come here to Bitcoin and then we come to the hourly here, and then we'll go back to the CRO chart. If we come to the hourly, you have basically this pattern that we were trapped under this here for a while. Just drop this in here, straighten this out a little bit. So we have this descending triangle pattern. You can see the touch points here, touch points through here, and through the top here as resistance. So we have this descending triangle pattern, but we have just broken out of it. Kind of back tested it here, but you found support on the EMAs anyways, and you got this buy signal, which is the 20 EMA, the green line crossing over the red line, which is a buy signal that we haven't seen a clean one since December 6th. So will we come up to battle this level again here, which was the resistance last time, which is roughly 51,679, or will we get above that level, back test to support, and start to move on? Only time will tell. If that does happen, we've come out of the, I just showed you, we've come out of the descending triangle. Didn't mean to move these trend lines again, but we've come out of this descending triangle. We are having a little bit of momentum. If that does happen and Bitcoin can have momentum and continue on, that's going to move obviously the rest of the market, including CRO coin, which we're currently looking at. So that's going to determine a lot of what happens with CRO. But CRO basically has the exact same thing with Bitcoin right now. It's running with it. You have this buy signal on the hourly, which isn't nearly as important as a buy signal on the 4-hourly or the daily, where the 20 EMA comes over the red line. But CRO is hot. CRO is hot in the news and the sentiment. They are big in the UFC, obviously. All the fighters wearing the CRO logo and the crypto.com, on their shirts, etc. And then they also bought the rights to the name of the Staples Center in Los Angeles, which that name change is going to take effect here near Christmas time this year. So crypto.com, they are obviously big into marketing, and in a speculative market such as the crypto asset market, marketing is huge. Speculation is huge. Sometimes you don't even need utility, and your coin can just explode in value without even utility, just by marketing and speculation alone, and it can just shoot up. So that's kind of what's going on. That kind of happened with CRO recently. It's also an exchange token, which I'm actually a fan of exchange tokens, as far as the Voyager token or the CRO token or some of these other ones like Binance. But yeah, as you can see, if you did see this 50 cents, it'd be an optimal entry point. Don't know if we will. Even right now is a decent DCAing opportunity right now because I believe we are in a bull market. If you want to know more about the bull market, I released a video earlier today on Bitcoin asking is the bottom in. So go ahead and check that out. If you haven't been on my channel very much yet, check that video out. Covers a lot more in detail. We'll do a price prediction here in a minute on CRO for a outlook for this bull run. Let us go to the 4 hourly and see what we can see here. Reset the chart. So CRO looks like if it can get some momentum, it's trying to print some sort of W here. If I drop a line in there and I drop this line in, it's going to take an angled trend line here. So if CRO can get a little bit of momentum, it can basically print this W double bottom on the 4 hourly time frame, which would end up giving it a technical target. If we can come over the 64-cent level here, if it can come over the 64-cent level, find some support, find some momentum, where it would go in the short term would be in the range of a technical target of, let's move this, extrapolate this out, in the range of 74 cents, which would be a measured move from here to there of roughly a 15% to the upside possibly, and start to move back and test some of these resistance levels for CRO. If we want to just look, that's sort of what's going on with CRO right now. We go back to the daily, we remove all drawings, and we also see, let's go to the RSI here, and this is pretty interesting to me here, which shows something good for CRO here. If we look at the RSI and we set this trend line all the way back to May 23rd, and then you have a tap on June 22nd, you have a tap on September 28th. Anytime you have tapped off this RSI line on the daily, it is a sign of momentum to the upside for CRO, which we just got here. When did we get that tap? That tap is on December 9th. So if CRO can get some momentum to the upside right now, could possibly be a good point of entry for CRO based off this RSI here, this trend line. When you get that bounce and look what CRO does. You get that bounce and look what CRO does. So we will just have to wait and see if CRO can repeat this pattern again. Time will tell. Let's back out of here, and I'll do a longer term price prediction based off of the fibs for what we might be able to see here in this bull run, and why CRO's price action looks to be somewhat predictable that CRO is going to do what it did. So if I come here to the bottom and I set the fib on this crazy, so I've got basically the 0 on this bottom wick here, and then the 1 on this crazy wick way up here, this green wick that you can barely see. So if we take a look here and we kind of zoom out, I have CRO definitely based off what I'm seeing. We get this bull run, we continue in the bull market towards March, April, May, June. We get a bull run that's maybe topping out later in 2022. For sure, if we do get that bull run, CRO would be at a price projection at $2.10 based off the 2272 Fibonacci extension. And I will say this, I talk about the 1618 on my channel constantly in all my videos ever since I started this channel, and it's kind of crazy because based off of the fib here, CRO came right up to the 1618, got a little extended past it, and that ended up being the resistance level that rolled it back down with the rest of the market anyways. But before the rest of the market rolled, it kind of got rejected around this 1618 anyways and came back down, which we talk about that all the time. You have to back test these levels of support. You came past the 1, back tested it, you come up, you need to find support on the 12272, and you blew through the 1414 without back testing it too much. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Let's erase. Let's try to erase that drawing there. So it looks like you back tested the 1, you back tested the 1272, but you never back tested the 1414 here on this big green candle here. So you just melted right through the 1.414 without ever back testing it as support. Now, right now, it's kind of acting as resistance at 61 cents is the 1.414, exactly where we're at right now. So that's interesting. But yeah, never back testing the 1.414 before continuation on in here is not always a good thing. A lot of time you shoot past it and have to come back to it to find support to move on. The next battle target would be getting past the 1.618, back testing it as support and moving on. That would be the best case scenario for CRO. 82 cents is the 1.618, but bull run outlook here, a possibility of CRO going to the $2.10 level there, which is a nice rise. We're going to measure that out and then wrap up this video from where we're at right now. That would be roughly a gain of, let's move this down, from where we're at now to the 2272 would be a gain of roughly 240% from where we're at now. The 2272 becomes very important in crypto and how crypto responds to these Fibonacci. So that's what that's based off of. Don't know if that'll happen, not financial advice. We will just have to wait and see, but very possible for CRO based on everything. It's an exchange token with a lot of positive sentiment and speculation on it right now in a speculative market. So that's my outlook on CRO. If you're new to the channel, please click subscribe down here in the bottom right hand corner. Click my logo, click subscribe, or click subscribe below like normal. Smash up the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about CRO. If you've heard anything lately about CRO, let me know, because I haven't actually heard a lot of news about it lately. I need to do a little more digging on CRO and what is happening with it, but I would like to acquire some more CRO. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video, guys, and we will catch you in the next video. See ya.